Friday, August 4, 1944, 10:30 a.m., Amsterdam. A warm sun over the canal at Prinsengracht 263. Inside the gabled warehouse, the 8 Jews of the secret annex begin their 761st day of hiding in fear. Otto Frank is upstairs in the attic room, patiently helping Peter Van Pels with his English language lesson. Herman and Auguste Van Pels stand tensely in their small kitchen, while Fritz Pfeffer waits alone in his cramped room. In the main office below, Miep Gies types quietly, unaware that the nightmare they all dread is about to arrive. But let's change one thing, one variable that alters the entire course of this quiet Amsterdam morning. Let's insert a 4-man Navy SEAL team, operators from the future, into this secret annex right now. These are not the scouts and raiders of 1942, but the direct descendants of the underwater demolition teams. They are equipped with suppressed MP5 submachine guns, night vision goggles, and secure tactical communication gear. Their mission is not to fight a conventional battle, but to conduct a direct action rescue and hostage extraction. The first stage begins at 10:45 a.m. when a gray Citroën sedan pulls up directly outside the warehouse entrance. SS Hauptsturmführer Karl Silberbauer steps out, followed by the Dutch detectives Grutendurst and Gringhuis. Silberbauer, a man known for hunting down jewelry and cash, has been ordered here by his superior, Julius Detman. The call came from a reliable source, but the identity of the betrayer has remained one of history's greatest mysteries. As the SD men enter the ground floor warehouse, they confront the worker, Willem van Maren, who gestures upstairs. The SEAL team's advanced surveillance equipment has already detected the 3 men approaching from the front street. Inside the annex, Otto Frank hears the heavy footsteps on the stairs below and freezes mid-sentence during the lesson. The SEAL team leader, a master chief with 20 years of combat experience, signals his men to take positions. They will not allow the Gestapo to climb those stairs and reach the bookcase that hides the annex entrance. The first wave of contact happens on the first floor landing, as the SD men push past the secretary, Miep Gies. Miep later described how a short man with a revolver pointed the weapon directly at her terrified face. Before Silberbauer can knock on the door to Victor Kugler's office, the SEALs initiate their close-quarters battle drill. The suppressed weapons fire 3-round bursts that sound like heavy books dropping, not the loud crack of gunfire. Grutendurst crumples instantly, his weapon still holstered, while Gringhuis stumbles backward against the wooden railing. Silberbauer, a hardened Austrian policeman, reacts with practiced speed and draws his Walther pistol from its leather holster. But the SEALs, moving as a single fluid unit, have already neutralized the entire arrest team in less than 4 seconds. The entire second-floor office is plunged into a shocked silence as the SD men lie wounded on the creaking floorboards. Miep Gies stares in disbelief at the men in tactical gear who move with a silent, practiced precision she has never seen. The second stage is the extraction, a perilous journey out of occupied Amsterdam and across the Netherlands. The SEALs have a safe house location near the coast where a Royal Navy motor gun boat will pick them up. But they must move quickly, as the sounds of the suppressed fire may have been heard by the German security forces. The 8 fugitives are in shock, unable to process that their 2 years of terror have ended in this sudden violence. Otto Frank grabs a briefcase, the same one that Silberbauer would have emptied, containing Anne's precious diary. Anne clutches her small cloth bag while her sister Margot holds on to their mother, Edith, who is trembling. The SEALs lead the group out through a back exit into the alley, avoiding the main street where Nazi patrols are common. The cumulative cost is already mounting, as they have expended 30 rounds of 9mm ammunition and 2 flashbangs. The team must now navigate the canals of Amsterdam while carrying extra civilians who are not physically fit. The third stage unfolds at a resistance safe house, a farm located just outside the city, known as the Pajama House. These Dutch resistance fighters are organized and help down Allied airmen, but they are not trained for this. The Germans, realizing the arrest team has vanished, will deploy the entire SS and their Dutch collaborators to hunt them. By 2:00 p.m., a general alarm has been raised by SS Obersturmführer Julius Detman, the man who ordered the raid. Detman, a veteran of the Eastern Front, will stop at nothing to recapture the 8 Jews and their mysterious liberators. The SEALs understand they are now in a race against time to reach the coast before the entire region is sealed off. They cross the fields, moving low under the cover of crops, while the farm families look on in stunned silence. The fourth stage involves a deadly river crossing, where the group must pass the Wall River without detection. SEALs are trained for maritime insertion, but operating in small Dutch boats is a risky, improvised endeavor. They commandeer a small fishing boat and guide it through the waterways, past German positions on the dikes. One of the SEALs spots a German patrol boat with a machine gun mounted on its bow heading directly towards them. The operator fires a single, suppressed sniper round from his Mk-11, hitting the boat's engine block to disable it. The disabled patrol boat drifts silently on the river as the fishing boat moves into the darkness, its occupants still terrified. The cost increases as they have now expended 20 more rounds and are running dangerously low on fuel. The fifth stage, the final sprint to the coast, begins with a direct firefight in a small village near the shoreline. A German E-boat crew, operating from a coastal base, spots the group attempting to board their extraction boat. The SEALs provide covering fire using their M4 carbines, their superior firepower making contact with the enemy positions. A German soldier falls on the beach while the crew of the Royal Navy boat prepares to turn its twin Vickers machine guns. The gunboat's 20mm Oerlikon cannon opens fire, suppressing the German troops and covering the fleeing passengers. The cumulative cost is now severe. 3 SEALs have minor injuries, and all their ammunition is nearly exhausted. Anne Frank is helped aboard the British vessel, her mind racing with a future she was never supposed to have. She is wet, exhausted, but alive, looking back at the coast of the Netherlands, where so many of her friends are lost. Within minutes, the Royal Navy boat is racing across the English Channel at its top speed of 40 knots. The pursuit is left behind, and the SEALs finally lower their weapons, the mission complete against all odds. But the victorious rescue has already set into motion a dramatic shift in the course of world history. The diary of Anne Frank would not have been scattered on the wooden floor for Miepkes to preserve. The powerful story of the 8 Jews in hiding, the universal symbol of hope, would have been forever altered. Without the diary, the world's understanding of the Holocaust would lack its most potent and human narrative. The Dutch resistance, whose betrayal was never definitively proven, would have been seen in an entirely new light. Anne would have survived to see the Nazi regime fall, to reunite with her father, and to live a long, peaceful life. Yet, would the future remember the 6 million victims with the same personal depth without her famous words? Otto Frank would have his family, but the world would lose a profound voice that spoke for the voiceless millions. The symbolic power of the little red-checkered diary that transcended boundaries and touched billions of hearts. It was not just a record of hiding, but a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the love of a child. The SEALs, modern warriors from the future, would have altered the very fabric of global memory and morality. A beautiful, terrible success that leaves an open question lingering like the fading echo of the gunfire. What if saving a life meant silencing the most powerful voice of a generation? Is a rescue ever truly